Welcome back. Here in our second part of this series, we wish to present the science behind these discoveries. We also want to highlight the main figure that spearheaded this whole report. Her name is MYA BHONE MAW, and she came from Xishuangbanna Tropical Botanical Garden Chinese Academy of Sciences, a renowned institute, and she is in the forefront of this report. Links and sources are in the video description for the many that have worked to create this report. Here is the foreword of the PhD MYA BHONE MAW. As a PhD candidate from Myanmar working on Begonia, I am deeply passionate about exploring and documenting the many undescribed species in my country. I believe that young people, researchers, and nature enthusiasts can collaborate to significantly enhance our collective understanding of the natural world. So many things are changing in our environments as a result of human activity, and the fact that so many species of plants and animals are living in these environments along with people means that we have a responsibility to understand them and ultimately to conserve them. I worked with a number of local citizen scientists in Myanmar, a place where fieldwork has become increasingly difficult to conduct, in order to identify a new species of Begonia, B. kayinensis. This beautiful flower was initially found by Pang CS, a local plant enthusiast who sent us pictures and samples of the new plant so we could work on identifying it. We then worked through the Native Species Conservation and Identification (NSCI) initiative, a citizen science initiative which uses social media to connect its users. Nang MK, one of the admins of the group, helped us by going back into the field to collect the necessary plant materials for publication. The discovery and publication is therefore a collective effort between all of us that uses methods of communication and documentation that may not be typical of species discoveries in our region, but show the power of collective efforts to reach remote and unexplored areas of our world. It also shows how individuals who love nature can contribute to scientific discoveries, and that the description of new species doesn't have to remain in the realm of academia. This discovery not only sheds light on the rich and largely undocumented flora of Myanmar, but also highlights the importance of continuing these efforts throughout the region, with citizen science at the heart of our exploration and documentation of flora and fauna. As for the species that we described, it is one of more than 2,100 species of begonia that are currently known globally. Many begonias are traded and bred extensively for the ornamental plant market. Our new species could have huge economic value if it can be used to create new hybrids that are attractive to collectors. This shows how discovering novel species is not only for conservation, but can have an economic return. Unfortunately, this return doesn't always translate into improvements for the local communities who helped discover them in the first place. And indeed, these discoveries can fuel demand. There is a need for more equitable sharing of benefits from use of traditional and local knowledge. At the same time, we must ensure that we don't overexploit these unique species for the trade, and that they remain in the wild as part of an intact ecosystem. The biodiversity of our region faces a great deal of pressure from economic development and human activity. As a scientist, it is my mission to add to the collective knowledge that we have about the richness of our world, and I will continue to lend my voice to the need to conserve these plant and animal species so that we can all benefit from the beauty and the ecosystem services that they selflessly supply. This was the foreword to the WWF New Species Report, written by MYA BHONE MAW, Xishuangbanna Tropical Botanical Garden Chinese Academy of Sciences. Follow us in the next part, where we take a closer look on the newly discovered species.